Have you ever noticed that there's just such a stigma around saying and admitting that you're hungry, or even hearing someone say that they're hungry, but mostly from the admitting part and expressing to someone else that you are hungry? First, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm Long Island's eating disorder specialist. I post on this channel 3 times a week all about eating disorders, body image issues, and general mental health. So if any of that interests you, please click the subscribe button down below. I also have a blog that I post on every Friday and an Instagram. Feel free to check those out. I will leave those links in the description below. And of course, if you found this video helpful, informative, or you just merely enjoyed it, I would greatly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up at the end. I really am hoping to use this video to start addressing the stigma around hunger and expressing hunger to others. A lot of people struggle with this, whether they are struggling with an eating disorder, in eating disorder recovery, are chronic dieters, or even just live in our diet culture. Sometimes admitting to someone else that you are hungry, it feels so shameful, and it all of a sudden has all these connotations to it, at least in our own perspective, that it's bad, that you lack willpower, that you're fat, all these horrible things, and it sits so awful within you. I have to start off by asking this question: how on earth has this ever come about that we stigmatize a basic human need? Not only a basic human need, but a basic animal need. All animals feel hunger at points. All animals need food to survive. And at what point do we decide that it was a bad thing to have this drive for survival? Admitting that you're hungry is a weakness, or it feels like a weakness. It feels like you lack willpower, that you're fat, you're just simply not thin enough. All of these horrible things are associated with it. And then therefore we start shaming ourselves about it. Feeling hungry is a very normal thing. It's something that we have to feel. Again, this is a survival instinct. And I really would love to meet the person who decided that all of a sudden that this was a stigma, or, the society, because that really now is a message in society that there's something wrong with being hungry and feeling hunger, as though it's like some abomination or some really weird, funky thing that people experience, when, let's face it, we all have this craving. We all have this hunger within us, because that, again, is our drive for survival. You may choose to not admit your hunger to others or even to yourself. And you may be doing it, and you likely are doing it, because you fear being judged by others. If not by others, you're definitely afraid of judging yourself. In full transparency, I remember when I was a kid, I felt that admitting that you're hungry was equivalent to, saying really bad words or something like that. And I always had these thoughts that I can't be hungry. I'm too heavy to be hungry. I need to deal with it. And it's something that it should be something that I should be ashamed of. It's not something I should tell anyone else. And I was a kid. And I'm not saying that anyone sent these messages to me, but these were the messages that I somehow picked up from the culture that we lived in, that it was not okay to be hungry. And it was certainly not okay to admit that to anyone, let alone myself. To be honest, looking back at it, I truly believe that I was judging myself more and more harshly than anyone else around me was judging me. And to be really honest, I don't think anyone else around me was judging me. It was solely in my head. And honestly, that tends to be what it is. It is more of a judgment that we have in our own head. It is more of the fear of ourselves judging ourselves. It is a fear that comes from within about what is within. It really tends not to be about what other people think of you, because most people don't think the same way. Or most people don't think that, oh wow, because you're hungry, you're clearly lacking willpower, or you're too fat to be hungry. Most of the judgment resides within us, ourselves. If you have ever struggled with this, or you are currently struggling with it, please listen to my message here. It is not, I repeat, it is not a failure to be hungry. It is not something to be shameful of. It is not something to be judged for. It is not something to judge yourself for. It is not something to judge others for. It's not something that people have the right to judge you for. It is not bad to be hungry. In fact, it is okay. And not only is it okay, it is expected. You are a human being. That'd be like judging yourself for needing oxygen. It's a basic human need. And as I said, an animal need. So we are amongst many, many species who need both oxygen and food to survive. And that is not something that it is okay to judge yourself or others for. You are deserving of food. You do deserve to eat. You do deserve to be alive and live a lovely, functioning life and a vibrant life. And you need to eat in order to do that. I remember when, I guess probably actually within the last few years, when I started to acknowledge that I even had this fear, because I don't even think I really acknowledged that I had this fear of saying that I'm hungry. It was just kind of something I instantly shut down. And it was so freeing starting to be able to say and tell others, being like, listen, like we gotta like stop to eat because I am really hungry. And it's so freeing to not judge yourself for that. And it's so freeing to not think that other people are judging you for it. And to be really honest, as I said before, it resides in your own head. It is something more so that you are judging yourself for than anyone around you is judging you. And that's something that you need to understand and make peace with. And make peace with yourself and acknowledge that you deserve to eat. I am going to leave you guys with a challenge this week. I want you to push yourself to acknowledge that you're hungry and at the very least say it out loud. Even if you're not talking to anyone, I want you to say out loud in a relatively normal voice, be like, I am hungry. And that is okay. I truly hope that you found this video helpful or informative or inspiring or whatever. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below about if you've ever experienced this judgment or this stigma about admitting that you're hungry. And if you try, or if you've ever freed yourself from that stigma, please leave that experience down in the comments below. You can click my face over here to subscribe to my channel, and I wish you freedom from this horrible stigma on your journey to finding your state of balance. And I will see you in my next video.